weekend guests have a healthy way to relax. In fact, that's where we ran into the Courtneys from Jackson. They chose Grand Rapids to get away.
A lot more than most of the places we've ever been. Just a relaxation type weekend, so we didn't really care about being dressed up and going places, but we like to have some fun.
The staff here is very friendly, and Grand Rapids downtown is good, I think, with Kim and some of the other things we weren't aware of, the museum, or not the museum, but the zoo, things like that.
The Horse House does a lot of business with people who live in this city or just an hour away, like the Frank Cooks from Muskegon. They received the getaway in the form of a gift certificate from their kids.
Oh, this is just wonderful. This is our first clients from the room on up. It's really great.
But if one day of being a fitness freak isn't your thing and shopping is, you still don't have to leave the hotel. There are 18 stores, all under one roof. Now, we've just shown you some of the things this particular hotel has to offer, but how much does it cost? Well, during the month of February only, the Sweetheart package sells for $138. That includes room service breakfast.
Room service.
Hello.
Good morning. I'm Bruce, I think.
Yes, certainly. Several other amenities go along with an overnight stay, including dinner for two and a gift basket. If you don't choose the Sweetheart package, the special winter cruise deal sells for $95. And your children under 12 stay in the room at no extra charge. So there it is, another week getaway, complete with late checkout time. Thank you. Now next week, Tom will take you to another city with another type of weekend getaway. We'll be right back.
Most sales on eyewear are on a limited selection of frames only. Lenses, extra. Oversized glasses, difficult prescriptions, that's extra too, but not at Montgomery Ward. At our optical department, you get a complete pair of single vision glasses for either $49, $69, or $89, depending on the frames. Satisfaction is guaranteed, and there are hundreds to choose from. So spend your time looking for the right glasses, not the right sale. Call for an eye exam, or bring in your prescription.
The Dodge Savings Celebration is going on now at your Dodge dealer. For a limited time, get 3.7% financing or up to $500 cash back on Dodge import models in stock. 3.7 or $300 cash back on most economical Dodge Colt 3-door hatchbacks and 4-door family sedans. 3.7 or $500 cash back on Dodge Ram 50 and Power Ram 50 pickup. This is a limited time offer. Hurry to your Dodge dealer now during the Dodge Celebration.
CK&M Northfield Dodge in Grand Rapids.
You dip 'em and you do 'em, and you dip 'em and you do 'em.
I'm supposed to do a commercial for Holly Farms Thin and Fancy Fillets.
I'm dipping and doing it. They're the perfect piece of chicken, because Holly Farms specially pounds them
And it
thin.
won't curl while cooking.
All you do is dip them in the egg, and then dip them in the breadcrumbs, and then you do them.
Well, you don't have to dip them.
Well, then don't dip them, just do them. And you're done.
You're not done.
I know. America's cooking with Holly Farms Thin and Fancy Fillets.
Just dip them and do them, dip
Oh,
them.
see, now I got you doing it, but you can't do this.
There are several stories out of our nation's capital today. Let's go to Cynthia now in the newsroom for all the details. Cynthia?
Tom, first a couple of items from the White House. Presidential spokesman Marlon Fitzwater says the U.S. wants to show the world it's serious about not dealing with terrorists. That statement comes amid reports that the U.S. and Israel are working on a deal to free the hostages in Lebanon. Also today, President Reagan met with welfare reform leaders to discuss his proposals for revamping the welfare system. The president said that his administration's ideas for welfare reform will be better than those from other administrations because his studies had not relied on experts, but on real people who have escaped the welfare system. And the National Institutes of Health wrapped up a 3-day conference on osteoporosis today, a condition that leads to bone thinning. Among other things, experts looked at the effectiveness of those calcium supplements, a treatment that's considered controversial. Basically, the doctors had no problem with the supplements, but recommended estrogen therapy for women in the high-risk category. In other medical news, we all know how difficult it is to swallow food without a sore throat. Well, just imagine how difficult it would be if your condition lasted a long time, Tom.
Yes. In fact, thousands of Americans do suffer from that problem, swallowing disorders, but help is available, and News 8's Ann Stevens is here with us now to tell us all about it. Ann?
Tom, Blodgett Hospital has just opened a swallowing disorders center. There are only 10 like it in the country. The center will treat swallowing disorders using a team approach. It has already made 45 patients' lives more comfortable.
So much
more veterinary to be able to eat without having a tube, you know.
For the first time in months, Sandra Williams can enjoy food practically without the help of a tube. Sandra lost her ability to swallow while suffering from a chronic illness. But now, thanks to the center, she has learned the foods her system can tolerate. Her doctor and director of the center, Dr. John Papp.
People like to taste and smell food. They like to be self-sufficient. It's not very dignified to go home with the tube in your nose.
About 10,000 people die each year from swallowing disorders. According to Dr. Papp, many of those deaths can be avoided through a simple diagnosis. The center takes video x-rays to diagnose the problem. Then, a team of nurses, physicians, speech pathologists, and dietitians prescribe a treatment. Sometimes the answer is as simple as a new diet.
If you have the right diagnosis, many times you can train the patient to eat certain foods. We change their consistency.
But other times, treatment requires a more sophisticated approach. In those cases, doctors have the help of a special laser, which actually vaporizes blockages in the throat, as shown on this piece of meat. Blodgett hopes to treat 300 patients this year with such equipment and team specialists. Swallowing disorders are common among elderly people, so as the population gets older, that number could get much higher. Tom?
Who can go?
Well, the center is for patients with chronic swallowing disorders. The hospital will see people as referred by their physician.
Okay, thank you very much. Good report. Coming up next, Live at 5:30 takes us on a northerly trip for kids' sake. The Winter Special Olympics are underway.
From the beginning, he gave us complete security with life insurance, savings, a will. And that's why he pre-planned his funeral service.
Today at Trust 100 Funeral Homes, the complete protection every family should have is easily provided by taking care of final arrangements long before they're needed. To find out about pre-planning, call the leader in your community, your Trust 100 Funeral Directors, setting standards for excellence in professional care.
Diamonds, romantic and mysterious. At Disselcones, we take the mystery out of buying her a diamond and leave the romance in. We'll tell you everything you want to know about diamonds. We'll show you how to judge a diamond value through color, cut, clarity, and carat. We're proud of our diamonds, our selection, and our prices. When it comes to buying her that diamond ring, Randy Disselcone Limited takes the mystery out and leaves the romance in.
Enjoy a free romantic getaway with your diamond ring purchase.
What irresistible force has emptied the streets of this Burger King town? This Burger King offer. Now you can get a double cheeseburger meal combo for a special price. That's a double cheeseburger, large fries, and a medium soft drink. So everyone's going to Burger King. A double cheeseburger meal combo for a special price. Now more than ever.
Time to check in with Rick Roberts and find out what's coming up at 6. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Tom. Tonight, Vice President Bush is in Michigan for a visit. News 8's Mike Murphy will have the story for us from Lansing. Authorities in Muskegon County have recovered the body of a little girl who drowned last week. A Muskegon Heights man has been found guilty of killing his wife. We'll take a look at the latest crime statistics for the city of Grand Rapids. And tonight, News 8's Cliff Caldwell begins a special three-part report called The Parking Puzzle. It's a look at the parking problem in downtown Grand Rapids. And following News 8 at 6, we'll make way for NBC in the latest world news. Here's a preview.
I'm Tom Brokaw. Tonight on NBC Nightly News, the administration is denying that it's involved in any way in secret negotiations for the release of the hostages in Iran. Also tonight, we'll take a look at water in the American West. It's now city against farm. The question is, who owns the water? These stories and more news tonight on NBC Nightly News.
News 8 is pleased to continue our For Kids' Sake coverage all through 1987. And to do that, Janice Shamlian has been sent on a special assignment. Cynthia?
That's right, Tom. Janet is covering the Winter Special Olympics. Competition began just a few hours ago at the Sugarloaf Resort in Cedar, Michigan. Athletes from all over the state are taking part in some pretty tough competition.
Go up and down. Come on, Sydney. Angie. Okay, bend down and touch your toes.
The athletes started their day getting ready for competition. The snowshoe event is tough. so just about everyone took time for practice. There were a few minor mishaps, but it really doesn't matter. Today is just a warm-up, a time to learn the games, go through time trials, and meet the coaches.
The athletes really don't know what they're doing sometimes, and so you got to tell them what they're doing and just really get them fired up, basically. You just get them fired up so they can run the race, and then they don't really care what they're doing. They just go out and run the race.
800 athletes are here for the games, along with coaches, parents, and friends. They represent almost every county in Michigan. Many have participated in Special Olympics for years, and the games give them a chance to see old friends. But some are here for the first time, and it's a little bit scary.
I just wanted to go and see what it's like, because I haven't been up there, and I wanted to go see what all this is about and stuff. I have fun and stuff doing so.
Alpine skiing is among the hardest sports here, but those competing attack the slopes with vigor. Coaches work patiently with each skier on one of the most important skills, stopping.
Now put your tips together and your heels apart, just like that.
Oh, it's not that hard to coach the kids because they want to learn. They really do, so they try super hard. They're doing great. Hardest part is teach them to stop. Once they can stop, we got it all mastered.
The games will continue here through Friday. Next week on Live at 5:30, we'll bring you all the thrills of victory. Because at the Special Olympics, there is no agony of defeat. At the Sugarloaf Resort in Cedar, Janet Shamlian for Live at 5:30.
Isn't that nice? You know, and you talk to so many people who have volunteered to take part in the Special Olympics and to help out, and they really become addicted to it.
They do. It becomes a part of them.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, those reports will continue. 3 more reports from Janet on the Special Olympics starting Monday. Right. Okay. Thanks, Cynthia. Still ahead, a one-room schoolhouse teaches Dick Evans some lessons on the Michigan road. Plus, the envelopes are sealed and the nominees are ready. Oscar Fever is here.
Take the 3 leading corn insecticides. Counter is one, but it compromises when it comes to cutworms by just suppressing them. Lorsban compromises on consistent rootworm control, according to university root ratings. Only Diphenate controls both rootworms and cutworms. Without compromise. Guaranteed. Diphenate. Control without compromise.
The incentives you're looking for in a new car truck are here, and Duttler Ford has them. Buy Duttler now and get 3.9%. That's right, 3.9% financing, and up to $600 customer cash assistance on any new Escort, on any new Tempo, on any new Mustang, plus 3.9% or a $600 cash alternative on new Rangers and Bronco 2s. Duttler Ford has the selection, the service, and the incentives you want now. So see Duttler Ford, 555 28th Street Southeast today.
When I was a little girl, I loved 2 things, dessert and Tommy, what's his name? I got over Tommy. I still love dessert. Well, I have it every chance I get, as long as it's sugar-free Jell-O gelatin. It's all NutraSweet, with only 8 wonderful little calories.
Sugar-free Jell-O gelatin, the dessert you don't have to desert.
Eat your heart out, Tommy.
So, were you able to decide what the best movies and actors were of 1986? Well, some important showbiz people are mulling that question over today. The nominees for this year's Academy Awards were announced this morning. Platoon stomped away with 8 nominations, matched only by A Room with a View. Both pictures are in the Best Picture category. Paul Newman was once again nominated for Best Actor. Jane Fonda and Sigourney Weaver are among 2 competing for the Best Actress title. And obviously, we will know how the bigwigs voted the night of March 30th. Lots of campaigning to do between now and then. And finally tonight, when it comes to schools, well, they just don't make them like they used to, Cynthia.
Why are you asking me, Tom? Well, once upon a time, a long, long time ago, one-room schoolhouses were located so kids wouldn't have to walk so far. But that was before the motorized generation changed things forever. Dick Evans found the last operational one-room schoolhouse, vintage 1800, on the Michigan Road.
The bell in the old school clangs and the kids come a-running. What? Walking to school? That's only for starters. Raise the flag outside, standing in the cold, cold.
One nation, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all. And let's
The Pledge, with no under God. That came later. Chivalry in the 1880s. Girls first in line, boys wait in the cold and hold the door for them. Teacher Donna Schmidtkenecht asks what they notice about the school.
Well, because there are 4 windows outside and there are only 1 window in it. Thank you. Nice sit down.
And what do we get with more windows?
Because you would get the sun would come through here and help heat up the room. Very good. Thank you. We all
Discipline. Raise your hand quietly to be called on. It's ma'am before every answer. This boy, being admonished, forgot his lessons.
Also have no laughter. No laughter.
With girls giggling at you, it's hard to keep a straight face. On her desk, teacher has an apple, a school bell, a willow switch, and a hickory stick. Not for looks. She rapped one youngster on the knuckles hard for misconduct. The kids learn from the old McGuffey reader.
Now, birds can fly. Why can't I?
Now, using real chalk and a slate, put your computers away and, in your head, keep up with this. 3 times 2 plus 7 times 2 plus 4 divided by 3 plus 15 minus 3 is...
Good work. Almost everybody. 22.
And time after time, these kids from North Muskegon came through. Notice the flag, 1857, 1 red stripe missing. The intermediate school system won't allow use of the stove, but everything else is authentic. Even the Palmer method of writing. I'm Dick Evans on the Michigan Road.
Wow.
I didn't quite understand that. Are those kids going to school there?
I don't know.
I missed it. We're going to have to ask Dick. Yeah, well,
Dick would
something.
know.
Right.
But that was really interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, wasn't that just like the school you went to?
Tom.
Oh, Tom. Good,
Tom.
Good night, Cynthia.
Good night.
And good night to all of you. That's our program. Once again, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a candy castle with nothing to eat but sugary sweets.
How am I ever going to grow up healthy and strong?
One day, the boy next door came to call, bringing fresh fruit, so delicious and nutritious, she simply couldn't resist.
Where did all these good things come from? My mom got them at the supermarket.
Kids shouldn't have to live in a candy castle. Bring home treats that are more than just sweets, for kids' sake.
What do you think?
Oh, honey, it's beautiful.
I know it's a lot of money, but we deserve the splurge once in a while.
Yeah, but maybe...
I know it's not a family car, but there's just the 2 of us anyway. Oh, what do you say, sweetheart?
Well, I guess we could drive it for about 8 months before we need to buy the car seat.
Yeah, I just love the way the... Car seat?
You want to go back and look at some wagons?
Great Lakes Federal Savings, your partner in life.
You asked for it again, so Sharp Buick BMW brings back the pick of the pack. You wanted it again, so Sharp Buick BMW brings back the pick of the pack. Friday and Saturday, Sharp Buick BMW's greatest used car sale returns. Over 200 used cars, trucks, and vans, all makes, all models, with all used vehicles clearly tagged by color, according to price, starting as low as $2,000. The pick of the pack is back, Friday and Saturday at Sharp Buick BMW.
2 more days, and it's stereo TV, only on TV8.
Rick Roberts, Suzanne Cheehaw, Craig James, and Warren Reynolds. This is News 8.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us this Wednesday. Tonight on News 8 at 6, the body of a young girl who drowned last week is found in Muskegon County. I'm Suzanne Cheehaw.
And I'm Rick Roberts. 4 of the top fire officials in Allegan County resigned. Those stories are ahead, but our top story tonight, Vice President Bush is in Lansing right now to speak to Ingham County Republicans. It's his first visit to Michigan since the Reagan administration became embroiled in the Iran arms deal last fall. News 8 political reporter Mike Murphy is in Lansing and has this report.
Air
Force 2 landed at Lansing's Capitol Airport just before 5 o'clock this afternoon. Lansing is the first stop on a three-city Midwestern tour for the vice president. While here, Bush will speak at the Ingham County Republicans' Lincoln Day dinner. Traditionally, that's the party's largest annual fundraiser.
Bush is not here just to help local Republicans, though. He will also attend a reception for his Political Action Committee, the Fund for America's Future. And he will attend a strategy session for top officials in his Michigan campaign staff.
Michigan will be the first state to elect delegates to the Republican National Convention in 1988. Bush is considered the current leader, and party delegates leaning toward him. But many potential candidates, including Senator Robert Dole and former Senator Howard Baker, have not yet tried to chip away at Bush's support.
Bush is expected to talk a lot tonight about party building, but he is also expected to talk about his role in the Iran arms deal, now consuming political strategists in Washington. Bush leaves tomorrow morning for Springfield, Illinois. In Lansing, Mike Murphy, News 8.
In other news tonight, there is no one in charge this evening of the Allegan Fire Department. Today, all the top officers of the volunteer force resigned. The chief, assistant chief, captain, and lieutenant quit after a stormy meeting with officials from Allegan, Trowbridge, and Allegan Township. The city and township officials had announced plans to hire a full-time chief, but only pay him $12,000 due to budget tightening. Fire officials resigned in protest. The Allegan mayor says he'll set up a task force to try and resolve the problem. State police divers have recovered the body of a Muskegon County girl who drowned last week. Authorities say 7-year-old Kathy Porter of Whitehall fell off a pier into White Lake last Thursday night. A witness said the youngster was leaning over a wall trying to take pictures of some ducks. State police divers were called in to help with the search this afternoon. They found the girl's body about 100 yards from where she fell into the river.
A murder trial in Muskegon County ended today with a guilty verdict for a Muskegon Heights man. The jury convicted 42-year-old Warren Dawson of first-degree murder in the shooting death last October of his estranged wife, Dortha. Dawson was also wounded during the incident. However, the court decided that Dortha's brother fired those shots in self-defense. Crime in Grand Rapids went up slightly in 1986, but Police Chief William Hegarty says more people were caught committing those crimes. During a news conference today, Hegarty said the 1986 arrest level is the highest it's been in 5 years. He told reporters the most significant change in comparing 1985 to 86 was in catching car thieves. Hegarty says while the number of stolen cars doubled last year, the number of car theft arrests increased by 181%.
Pieces or results of that research was the age of the offender. For example, we found about 43% of all of those arrested for vehicle theft were between the ages of 15 and 18. And the more startling to us, along with those numbers, was that about 22% of all of those arrested, believe it or not, were between the ages of 11 and 15.
Compared to other cities in Michigan, Hegarty says Grand Rapids has one of the lowest car theft rates. And tomorrow at 6, we'll tell you why the Chevy Camaro is the hottest car to steal and how you can protect yourself from car thieves.
Opponents to 2 proposed mobile home parks expect at least 100 people to attend a strategy meeting tonight in Grand Haven Township. Those opponents say the 2 proposed developments would ruin the quality of country life they now enjoy. News 8's Dave Jefferson has their story.
If they do get the mobile home...
These are just a few of the many people who want Grand Haven Township to remain the way it is. Most moved here just a few years ago to enjoy country living near the city of Grand Haven.
We moved out here because we felt it was the perfect place to go. And I'd like to see it stay the way it is now.
This 119-acre site is where A. Reinders & Sons of Grand Haven wants to put mobile homes. They haven't decided how many. Right now, this land is zoned for single-family homes. One resident thinks mobile homes will make more money for Reinders.
I think it's more profitable for him to have, or anybody for that matter, to go to a mobile home trailer park rather than residential. They can put more in there.
Other residents fear a mobile home development will cost them in the construction of schools, fire stations, and more.
Well, we would have traffic, noise, a lot of extra expense with water, sewer.
A public hearing on the Reinders site is due March 2nd. Residents also oppose plans for 400 mobile homes on this nearby 110 acres of land. Township planners could decide whether to recommend a change from agricultural zoning at a February 16th meeting. And a family legal dispute over the ownership of this land also stands in the way of development. Both proposals will ultimately be decided by Grand Haven Township trustees. In Ottawa County, Dave Jefferson, News 8.
And coming up on News 8 at 6, we're going to have a story about helping the homeless.
And News 8's Cliff Caldwell begins the parking puzzle, a special report focusing on the problems of finding a parking space.
If you're wondering what it can do on a dry highway, you're ready for an Audi. Mel Gibson's a cop who's a lethal weapon.
Don't kill anybody. Don't kill anybody.
I'm too old for this. The risks don't scare him.
I love this job.
And his partner can't control him.
You're gonna have to trust me.
Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Lethal Weapon.
Through? I haven't even started.
Rated R.
Sneak preview Saturday night.
Of these best-selling supplements, Centrum has more nutrients, more than Theragram N, Myodate, Within. One-a-day essential. Centrum outnumbers them all, and Centrum has calcium. Some don't. Centrum, from A to Zinc.
My latest spring collection from Kmart is designed for all the roles I play.
Roll up!
My best supporting role, even my not-so-successful roles. The Jacqueline Smith Spring Collection at Kmart. Yes, Kmart.
They've been given one last chance to live.
Would you like one last crack at the Germans?
It's the only way I can beat the noose. One last night to love. And one last mission to stop the Nazis. And become heroes in the all-new Dirty Dozen, The Deadly Mission, Sunday.
Okay, I know the new Ford Taurus has a very contemporary design. In fact, I really like the way it looks. But looks are everything. Check it out for yourself. So, what do you think? I'll let you know in a couple of 100 miles.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Look, I want to see other people. I just need some space. We can still be friends. See ya.
The way to cool down is clear. 7-Up.
Feels so good coming down.
Miami Vice will continue.
Well, amen. All those in favor of Brother Raleigh? If the deacon gets voted out,
He's out.
will he finally go off the deep end?
Maybe we should stay up at the shallow end.
Tomorrow.
Monday, the boy who had to become a man. The man who had to create a miracle. The movie that became a legend. The Karate Kid. Monday.
Extra, extra! Read all about it! Extra, extra! Subaru gives deals to dealers! Hurry! Great deals right now!
Factory incentives mean your Subaru dealer has up to $1,200 to make great deals on great wheels. So right now is the time to make a great deal on select models at your Subaru dealer.
Hurry in and see your local participating Subaru dealer.
Oh, someone's bound to offer us a McDonald's Shamrock milkshake.
Aye, nobody here is more Irish than we.
Ah, look at them shakes. So rich, so minty.
So green.
There go two more.
Or maybe if we stare at them now.
Peyton Begora, here comes one. She's coming.
Shake?
Oh, finally.
Shake?
Oh,
Good time for the great taste.
how humiliating.
A McDonald's Shamrock milkshake.
A new White House Chief of Staff details at 11.
the new shape of tough, the new 87 big Ford pickup. And to prove its new toughness and power, we're going to haul this Chevy up this monster mountain of boulders while towing this Dodge. And this year, a GMC pickup, too. This new aerodynamic Ford has the biggest V8 engine and a new multi-port fuel-injected 6 standard. And there's more news. Now, there's a 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty on all 87 Ford light trucks.
Now, get 3.9% financing or $600 cash back from Ford.
Few films have ever created this much anticipation. Believe everything you've heard, because nothing can prepare you for the ending of Angel Heart.
Are you afraid? Yeah, I'm afraid.
Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, Lisa Bonet. Angel Heart, rated R. Starts Friday, March 6th at a theater near you.
No, fellas. Look here, fellas. Let's do one for Mr. Seagram. Now, look here, Mr. Seagram. You sound like my kind of guy, yay. You make that Seagram's golden wine cooler. And you make it wet and dry. Oh, now, Mr. Seagram, you're my kind of guy. My kind of guy.
I guess all Americans grew up eating Wheaties and dreaming about being a champion. To actually bring the cup back home to America was a dream come true.
Strike the stars, break the wind, this has just begun. It's the glory that you find when you're the champion.
Wheaties salutes the America's Cup champions.
Wheaties, this is the champion.
Miami Vice, sponsored in part by Ford and the new Thunderbird Turbo Coupe, the 1987 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Motor Trend Car of the Year, Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. Ford consultant Jackie Stewart tells you why.
It's a rare combination of sophisticated engineering. A new intercooled turbo for extra power. Computer-controlled suspension for ride and handling. Anti-lock braking gives you surer stops. No other car in the world has all that standard. Thunderbird Turbo Coupe, Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Now with Ford's 6-year, 60,000-mile new car powertrain warranty.
Every year, the farmers who grow Coors barley get together with someone from Coors to celebrate. And when I say someone from Coors, I mean someone named Coors. You see, these families and the Coors family have been working out here together for generations, growing barley that's different, special. Easy drinking, never bitter. Hey, this is where it all starts. For Coors, that's where it's celebrated.
Stop squirming. Sucrets spray will take care of your sore throat. Trust me.
For relief of sore throat pain, Sucrets lasts twice as long as the other leading brand.
Maximum strength Sucrets spray. Lasts twice as long.
Next, Luca's troops are running wild in Vegas. While Luca plays, Torello's out to cash him in.
Nobody can touch me.
Crime Story, next.
It's Friday Night Video's greatest hits of the summer of 1986.
Hello, I'm Valerie Bertinelli. Join me on Saturday Night Live with Grammy Award winner Robert Cray.
Watch carefully. You're about to get a glimpse of the future. It's time we recognize kids for what they really are. This is NBC News Digest. Here is John Hart, NBC News.
Good evening. Former Senate Majority Leader Howard Baker starts Monday as Chief of Staff at the White House, replacing Donald Regan. Attorney General Meese is said to be considering making the special prosecutors part of the Justice Department, if necessary, to protect them from constitutional challenges by former White House aides now under investigation. Bit of inflation last month, 0.7%, the most in 5 years. Mayuki Fukuhara got his $60,000 violin back after thieves sold it to a New York pawn shop for $50. I'm John Hart in New York. More news later on this NBC station.
Lock, Stock & Barrel's winter sale is going on now. Save up to 50% store-wide on the very best of contemporary. Come in today and save during the winter sale at Lock, Stock & Barrel, Grand Rapids and Lansing.
Tired of the daily grind?
Just forget it.
Then come home to Magnum on TV8.
Simply tropical madness.
Tom Selleck is Magnum every weekday at 4 on TV8.
It's 1987. Do you know where Freddy is? There's no waking up from this nightmare. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, Dream Warriors, rated R.
Now playing. Check newspapers.
It doesn't get any more outrageous than this. Every weeknight at 7, it's Bob Eubanks in the new Newlywed Game on TV8.
I'm going to be the best, the biggest, the hottest, and the richest. I'm going to be, what do they call it? Gambling czar. I'm going to be a big man in this time within 6 months. I'm going to make changes. I got some new ideas.
What kinds of changes, Pete?
I'm going to wallpaper this whole place. The walls, on the walls. I'm going to put money, real money. I'm going to cover the floors with silver dollars. You know, people walk in here, they're going to be walking on money. They're going to be looking at money. There's going to be money everywhere. You know, I got some good ideas. I got some great promotions. You know, you guys give me a hand, I'll cut you in on a few of them. I make them all up myself.
Yeah, you're a real creative guy.
Hey, you ever hear of Losers 21?
Never did.
Huh? The guy that loses the most money wins. I'm going to pay $5,000 to the guy that loses the most money. So when he wins, he wins. When he loses, he wins too. How about chicken tic-tac-toe? Beat the chicken. Win money. Trained chicken never loses.
Yeah, listen, we want to be good neighbors, and we want to be sure that you make it.
What are you guys, the welcome wagon or something?